Welcome back, lottery fans. Today I'm going to be walking you through the November performance of the Number Vault. I already did one video showing you the summary results, but today I'm going to walk you through every single state and every single number that was hit on every single date from which section, so you see complete transparency of where those numbers hit, what date they hit on, and what actual section of the Number Vault they came from. Quick reminder for those of you that don't already have it, go ahead and grab your December copy of the Number Vault. It's chock filled with pick 3 and pick 4 numbers for every single state that has a pick 3 lottery or pick 4 lottery in the US, as well as a couple of Canadian provinces in here. So definitely go ahead and grab that today. I'll leave a link down below in the description for that. You can use this to go ahead and help pick your numbers for December. Still got a lot of December to go, and we've already seen a lot of numbers hitting out of this for a lot of different states, so definitely go ahead and grab that. Well worth it. But today I'm going to, as in my rule to give complete transparency, we're going to walk through November's results and show you for every single state where those numbers hit, so you can actually see that. So you've already seen the summary stuff. If you've seen the video prior to this, we had a lot of great hits from a lot of states. Even had Illinois hitting $20,000. First time we've had a state hitting $20,000 in potential earnings. So really a lot of good stuff. But I'm going to walk through every single state, showing you all the actual details of everything. And of course, you can download this spreadsheet from lotterypredictor.com, so you can actually go through it on your own time, or you can just pause the video and take a real detailed look if I'm going too fast. Let's go ahead and take it alphabetically though. To start off, we're going to start off with Arizona. So actually Arizona had $1,560 in potential earnings. They only have the pick 3 evening lottery here. But as you see, we already had a lot of hits out there. A couple of straights, which is really nice to see those straights coming in. And it was a good, fairly even split between lots of the sections in the Number Vault. So they were fairly evenly dispersed, which was nice to see. Alright, next up we have Arkansas, and Arkansas is one of our double page results. We actually had 2 pages of results. They had $7,180 in potential winnings, and as you see, they had a fairly good amount of box hits and straight hits coming up here. Naturally, more box hits than straight hits. I am seeing a slight lean, at least in the earlier part of the month, we see more evenings than middays, but then last part of the month, they really stepped it up with the middays. The midday hit strong. And we're definitely seeing a lot of numbers coming out of these Lucky 3s and Lucky 4 section, and the top 4 sections, and top secret sections, and the rundown section. So that was definitely hitting hard for Arkansas there. California's up next. California was also a double page one. Lots and lots of hits coming out from California. $9,120 in potential winnings. Mostly box numbers coming in there, which is not surprising. Most of these have a heavy hit on box numbers. We did see it fairly consistently having good runs on the evenings and then good runs on the middays, so it tended to switch up once again halfway through the month there. The California Hot Pick 3s, definitely a good showing in there. That was a section that was very popular there. So those were good ones to definitely track. And of course, Catherine's picks here. Out of those, that was a hot section as well, hitting 3 out of that section. So good job for California there. Next up, we have Connecticut. Connecticut, just another one of those double page ones there. They only hit a couple of straight hits, but mostly box hits. $4,720. And seeing mostly in the evening there for the Connecticut stuff. A good spattering of middays as well. But they really had it hot on the hot pick section. The hot pick section was definitely the hot pick, the hot section for California there, with rundowns having a very good showing as well. Sorry, not in California, in Connecticut. So definitely good there for Connecticut. Next up, if I can get the pages to unstick properly, we have Florida. Florida coming in with $5,920 there. A good spattering between evening and midday. Definitely had long runs of midday, long runs of evenings, and long runs of midday. So unlike some of the other states where it kind of tended to break up, even this one seemed to do a lot of runs there. Definitely the hot doubles were very popular there in the first part of the month, and then we had several hits on the Lucky 3. So those were hot sections from the Florida results there. Georgia's up next. Georgia, once again, another double page, and Georgia actually went in almost into triple pages. We had to put the actual total on the third page, $10,920 there. Georgia once again hitting lots of box, but a fair amount of straights as well, which was nice to see. Definitely having the bulk of its hits seemed to come in the first part of the month. Second half of the month, we did see several on the 24th, 23rd, that kind of area. But the first half of the month was really where Georgia came into its own, really hitting hard there. And Georgia was all over the place. It had a fairly even spread across all of the sections in the number vault, which was nice. But it was good to see that the hot pick 3s and the hot pick 4s show up pretty well in there as well as the top secret section. I'm seeing the top secret showing up in several runs, as well as the lucky 3s, which was nice. Alright, that was Georgia. Next up we have Illinois. No surprise, Illinois was also a double pager, but that's because Illinois was our top state last month, earning that over that $20,000 mark there for Illinois. Definitely very hot there. The lucky 3s and lucky 4s doing a good showing there in the actual in the Illinois rundown stuff. We did see a spattering the Illinois hot picks and the hot pick 3s and hot pick 4s, but it was definitely the rundowns, top secrets, and lucky 3s, those main sections that tended to dominate for Illinois there, giving it the bulk of its earnings. Indiana next. Indiana doing very well. Definitely seeing the rundowns once again. Those rundowns were really hot across the board for all of the states, but Indiana really dominated on those rundown sections. There were a lot of numbers coming out of those rundown sections for Illinois, so that was a section to pay attention for sorry, not for Illinois, for Indiana. Kentucky's up next. Kentucky had another one of those high ones. I think it was our second highest state. It was $16,020 for Kentucky. Another one of those states that seemed to have runs. We had runs of the evenings showing up, and then runs of the middays showing up. And the Kentucky really hit on those hot pick 3s and hot pick 4s. Those were really where it started to do well, and it tended to dominate on the lucky 3s and 4s there. They are very, very hot in the Kentucky sections there. So those were important sections to pay attention for in the Kentucky lottery there. Next up we have Louisiana. Louisiana with $3,240 there. A good showing from the top secret sections here. And the rundowns once again was a very dominant one for rundowns. And as we always like to play off Catherine's picks versus computer picks. Computer picks won out for Louisiana with 2 on the computer picks and only 1 on Catherine's picks there. Interesting to see next month who wins out on that one. Maryland's up next. Maryland coming in with another 2-pager. Most of these are going to be 2 pages because you had so many hits for so many states. The number vault really did perform very well last month. $9,120 there. Another one with some runs there showing for the evening section, but it was a fairly even split between evening and midday, which was good. We definitely saw top secret showing up across the board, lucky 3s and lucky 4s once again showing up across the board, but the one that I saw a lot of in here is the hot doubles really did show up. I said November was a month for doubles, and it definitely was for Maryland, with showing several of those hot doubles there coming up in the Maryland stuff. Michigan's up next. Michigan coming in with 14,820. Surprisingly fit on 1 page for Maryland, but that's because it it's not Maryland, Michigan, but that's because it had a lot of straight numbers there, and particularly these pick 4 straight numbers. That's where it really excelled. Once again, it was the lucky 3s and the lucky 4s that tended to dominate. But then once again, we also saw several of these hot doubles showing up there as well for Michigan. Missouri's up next. Missouri also coming in, $5,080 there. Also coming in with these lucky 3s and lucky 4s. Those are really the sections that dominated in the number vault, those lucky 3s and lucky 4s. The rundowns also having a spattering in here as well, and the top secrets having a spattering, but it's, as you see, if you take just a brief look at this, you are seeing more of those lucky 3s and lucky 4 sections. So that was a really hot section last month for the number vault. Be interesting to see if that section also shows out as being the dominant section this month in December. Time will tell. We'll see in January when we go through the final results. New Jersey's up next, $7,960. And New Jersey is another one where those state-specific numbers really did show up. The New Jersey quick picks as well as the hot picks those are the ones that come up a lot in there, which is nice to see. And then it kind of flip-flop between rundowns and pick threes, rundowns and lucky threes, rundowns and lucky threes. It kind of flip-flops all the way down there on which ones were running out there. So that's an interesting pattern it was showing there for the New Jersey. New York's up next. New York with $4,680 here. Mostly box hits in New York, and a good mix between midday and evening as well. Top secrets seem to have a very good run at times there. We have some top secrets here, some top secrets here, some top secrets here. But once again, we see these lucky threes doing very well in New York as well. So that was very, very predominant there in the New York stuff. North Carolina, as always, comes in with a double page. Very rare that North Carolina doesn't come with a double page. $5,780. Very hot runs on the midday here. As we get into the middle of the month here, the middays seem to dominate, and at the end of the month, midday seems to dominate. I think this is one of the first states where we saw midday more than evening, so that was an interesting one to see. And once again, if you just take a glance at this, you're seeing those lucky threes and lucky four sections coming up quite a bit, which was, as we've said before, it was a very dominant section for the number vault last month. Here's Ohio. Ohio, we have $5,620. The rundown's having a good showing here in the Ohio numbers here. Definitely a lot of that rundown sections. We're also seeing those lucky threes showing up all over the place. Lucky threes just being very dominant. And certainly the start of the month, we had several of the top secret section popping up and dominating that first part of the month there as we look at that. Next up we have Ontario, first of our Canadian provinces, $3,660 there. Once again, first half of the month we saw top secrets showing up here. We do see a fair amount of the hot pick 3 showing up. We had 5 of those show up in the month, which was nice. If you're only playing the hot pick 3 sections, 5 of those showing up is very good for the month there. But we are seeing more of these lucky threes, those lucky threes there. I don't know what it was about the algorithm last month, but it definitely picked out some good section across countrywide there for those lucky 3 numbers. Pennsylvania's next, $8,700, and it's really the Pennsylvania hot picks that really dominated here. We're seeing the majority of that coming out of the Pennsylvania hot picks and the top secret. I think this is interesting to see that Pennsylvania didn't favor those lucky sections as much as the top secret and the hot picks, so definitely ones to pay out for Pennsylvania. Maybe those are the hot sections there of the number vault for Pennsylvania. South Carolina, $6,360 there. Also having a good showing on the South Carolina hot picks, as well as some of the quick picks showing up there. The hot doubles had a really good run right here towards the end of the month, which was good. We saw some there, some here. As I was saying, hot picks were hot. The doubles, November was the month for doubles, and it didn't disappoint at all, certainly in the rundowns that we were doing. Top secret also seeming to dominate as well as we look at this. Lots of top secrets showing up there in South Carolina. Tennessee really was across the board. I'm seeing stuff from all of the sections here in Tennessee that really doesn't seem to be any dominance apart from, as we've said before, the lucky threes. Lucky threes do show up a fair amount in these Tennessee sections here, but it certainly did have a good cross section across all of the sections there for Tennessee, and it was definitely the second half of the month here. As we look, first half of the month was fairly sparse with only about one a day or less than one a day, but then once we hit the 12th onwards, we really started to see those results popping up for Tennessee. It really came out in the second half of the month there. Texas was next. Texas is another one of those ones where we are a 3-pager because Texas has so many lottery drawings between morning, midday, evening and night. There's always a lot of results there, and as you'd expect, it's across the board completely for Texas. We're seeing those showing up all over the place there. Rundowns did a very good showing as we get into the second half of the month, and we do see a lot more showing up in the second half of the month of the rundown section. So that was important to pay attention for Texas if you are following along at home with those results. Virginia's up next. Virginia with $5,320 here. Virginia's another one of the states where the state-specific numbers did show up very well there, with the Hot Pick 3 sections and the Hot Pick 4 sections. Very good there. Another one that really didn't follow the trend of the rest of the number vault, where the Lucky 3s and Lucky 4s didn't have too much of a showing. But definitely when we start looking at the localized sections in the states, that's where it really did hit out. Western Canada is our last one here. Western Canada with $2,280 there. Only evening lotteries there, but it also tended to steer more towards the Lucky 3s and Lucky 4 section there. That was where it tended to get the bulk of its stuff. Alright, there you go. There is your results in detail from the number vault for November. We'll do the same again back in January when we finish the number month of December. I'll go through the December results for everything for the December number vault. And if you haven't got, as I said, if you haven't got the number vault yet for December, go ahead and grab it now. Link is down below in the description. There are state-by-state numbers for every single state in here, so it's well worth grabbing, well worth picking your numbers out of here, because as you see, everything is very transparent. Show you all the numbers, show you all the sections. You can see where they're winning. Definitely go ahead and feel free to go ahead and double check these numbers for yourselves. I'll be back with some more winning rundowns very soon. And if you haven't voted yet for your Christmas rundown, go ahead and vote. I'll leave a link down below in the description for that as well. I'll be starting that within the next couple of days, and we'll be doing some Christmas rundowns for those states that get drawn from that voting. All right, in the meantime, good luck, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.